2 schools were closed in Bangkok yesterday, 10 in Rayong province and at least 1 in Pattaya. This after scares that staff, pupils or teachers had been in the same shopping areas as the wandering Egyptian soldiers, one of whom developed COVID while he was supposed to remain in his hotel. The Rayong incident has caused great concern nationwide as it appears he was amongst a group of Egyptian military allowed to rest here, then fly to China and back. But then many of them wandered off into the city regions. The hotel where they stayed has been closed for 14 days, and many other areas are being sanitized. The man had already returned to his homeland when final tests results confirmed he had the Chinese virus. This and other events will no doubt lead to stricter controls and clampdowns on arrivals, and reports in this morning indicate that the government will ban Egyptian military from arriving here after the incident. Rayong was reported as extremely quiet yesterday, and hotels claim that 90% of the bookings have cancelled as a result of this. CCTV and malls revealed that only 3 out of the 27 wandering Egyptians were wearing face masks. As of today, all diplomats and family members must now be quarantined under standard government supervision. Until now, the deal was that arrivals remain at embassy compounds in self-isolation. But as a family returned from Sudan and chose to stay in their condo instead, with a young daughter later developing the virus, that's a no-no from now on. As with hotel staff in Rayong, it's likely that many in the condo and anyone having come into contact with that family will be quarantined too. Another result of the weekend's stupidity, with irresponsibility and a couldn't-care-less attitude by those involved in both events. The roll-on effect, of course, will be a review of any ideas of tourism or travel bubbles. Those are likely to be delayed for a significant time. And short-term visits by businessmen and state guests, which have been allowed since the 1st of July, have now been suspended. In other news, the sale of Tesco's operations here and Malaysia to the CP Group is dragging its heels. It seems that the Office of Trade Competition has asked CP to supply more documentation to support its claim that it will not create a monopoly. They've yet to approve the 332 billion baht deal, and final reviews will only begin once all documentation is filed properly. Meanwhile, at home and in Pattaya, the Sawang Buribun Witaya school has advised parents that it's closed for 5 days for a super clean after reports of some parents possibly having been in the Rayong malls at the same time as the Egyptian crew. The quick-thinking school authorities closed all the buildings down and will deep clean them. Good news perhaps for the city, as the 24th through to the 29th of this month will be public holidays combined with a weekend. Those extra days coming from the cancellation of Songkran. That will no doubt see a throng of visitors from the capital to the region. And to promote movement of domestic tourism, all motorway fees will again be waived for the holiday period. And finally, well, we could expect 40 days of rain from now on. Today is St. Swithin's Day, and a traditional British legend states that if it rains today, it will do so for 40 days. The medieval myth may not be convincing, but perhaps one that the water authorities will cling to, as reservoirs here still remain at critical levels. For the rest of us, perhaps it's time to buy a new umbrella. And with the reminder, mitts, masks and meters, wash your hands, wear a mask and keep social distancing, and the promise of highs today of just 30 degrees dropping down to 26, and storms at any time like the ones that we had this morning. That is the local and national news from Fab FM. For videos and of course to keep up with Fabulous Pattaya, visit alwayspattaya.com.